How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. If you are coming back, and if you're not, I'm Fez. This is Ortiz.
What's up?
Let's start this with a happy 250th.
Hello. 250 years.
Happy 250th. I'm gonna have to say that like 50 more times in practice before I actually use it.
You're going to have to practice that 250 times.
250 times, Rosser. Anyway, happy 250th birthday, Marines. We are in Coastal Bend Veteran Cemetery. Flag placing ceremony here for our veterans.
Good old sunny Corpus Christi, Texas.
Yes, sir. My dad is also buried here. His ashes are here. Took my son with us. You know, start him early, right? It's good to take a pause and sit back and remember our veterans. And just in here alone, we have over, I'd say, 2,000? It looks like 2,000, right? To appreciate what they've really done for our country, number one. And for those that have died in combat, we all know they did that for the brother right next to them.
And not to forget the people who battled their own personal battles as well.
Yeah, and it hasn't stopped. The 23 a day, and we gotta take care of our veterans. You know what I mean? And
check on your buddies. Always call your buddies.
Call your buddies, man.
See how they're doing.
They're all done.
It's always good to check on them.
Always good to check on them. We always say that we understand and whatnot, but sometimes you really won't understand until you start talking to them. You know what I mean? Before we got here, actually, we visited my dad's best friend's grave. Really want to talk about my dad and him real quick. In Vietnam, they were in Vietnam from 69, nice, to 70. That's when my dad was enlisted. He was fighting in Vietnam. His best friend died in his arms, Gilbert Padilla. He always talked about him, and I cannot forget the tear on his eyes whenever he would talk about him. And about 2 years ago, we finally found his grave while my dad was still alive, John Darnell, Lance Corporal John Darnell. And we'll post some pictures here, but he literally broke and cried. That was his best friend. And most importantly, he died in his arms. You know what I mean? And one of what's up, kids?
Howdy.
This is Navy.
No, sir. This is
That black flag over there. And do not cheat. No cheating. It's the. Okay, I didn't say
hey, at least they're learning, right?
Young war fighters.
Our future war fighters, if they go that route. Anyway, going back to Gilbert and my dad John, they're back. You still haven't guessed this one?
It's
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Did you know that it's the Marine Corps' 250th birthday today? Keep that in mind. I see a Marine in you. Kidding. Maybe not. So going back, they survived multiple engagements, ambushes, and even friendly fire. And me and Ortiz were just talking about it. They were ambushed in a rice paddy. They were hiding behind those, pathways, elevated pathways. Literally just a foot off the mud. They were taking heavy fire from up on the hill, and they were so sure that they were gonna die that day. Dad was telling Gilbert, he was like, "Hey, I think this is it." and we're about to get killed. And then, Gilbert was like, yeah, you're right. I think so. And at that moment, they were both praying to God to save them, and most importantly, save their souls. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure before this point, they've already accepted Jesus Christ. But moments later, Dad recognized that the gunshots that they were hearing were not from AKs. Who else were there? So Dad figured out those were not AKs, those were M16 fired. And so he had the grandest ideas to start calling for corpsmen up. Corpsmen up! And if you don't know, once you hear corpsmen up, you're supposed to yell
Corpsmen up.
to pass the word to the corpsmen. And so they were yelling it as loud as they can, and until they hear a ceasefire on the attackers' side, right? They heard the corpsmen up. They recognized that the people that they were firing at were blue, and by blue I mean Marines. And so ceasefire. Later on, after they talked to when they talked to the guys that were attacking them, they were literally seconds away from being blown to bits because the guys that were firing on them were prepping loss. If you don't know, those were portable rocket launchers,
Light armored weapon.
light anti-tank weapon, disposable. Either way, they were about to get blown to bits.
Blue on blue.
Blue on blue. And as you know, though, at the time there were no Blue Force trackers, so it was a coin toss. Anyway, we'll probably talk about when Gilbert actually fell in battle, but just short of it, he died in my dad's arms. And I can, as I was talking a lot with him, it really showed how much it hurt him, but he decided not to let that be his downfall, and he continued to live his memory. I mean, to live in his memory, in his best friend's memory. So I guess really what I came here to talk about is, let's remember our veterans. Let's keep their memories alive. And most importantly, check on your buddies.
Always.
And that's pretty much all I want to talk about, to yap about.
Oh, don't forget corpsmen.
Don't forget dogs.
Honorary Marine.
Yeah, let's not forget our dogs.
Yeah.
Right? Love them.
If you're watching this, all corpsmen over there, love you, Doc.
Happy birthday to you too.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Doctor.
Doctors. Any saved rounds?
For the... Oh, yeah. Well, when are you uploading this?
Tonight, actually.
Okay. Well, for the Marine Corps birthday, be safe. Don't drive behind the wheel if you're going to drink. If you drink, don't drive. If you drive, don't drink.
Absolutely.
Do not add or subtract from the population.
This has been your safety brief.
If you get arrested, immediately assert your dominance.
Yes, sir. I'm pretty sure you hear that all the time anyway, but
Don't beat your wife with your dog. Do not beat your dog with your wife.
Yeah, and if you don't have a dog or a wife, don't beat anyone. Unless, I guess, they're trying to beat you up first. Anyway, it's getting cold. My kid's getting cold.
Here's a 250 and many more.
Many more. Hoorah.